Hey, how's it going? It's Sophia here from Zen Guidance. I hope you're doing well today, and thank you for clicking on this pick a card reading. So in this video, we're going to be looking at your person's thoughts the last time they saw you. Okay, so this could either be that they see you or saw you in person, or the last time they saw you on social media. Okay, it's more about how they saw you, but it could also be their thoughts the last time they spoke to you, but we're sticking more so to what they thought when they saw you. Okay, so all you need to do to find out is either choose one of these three piles, 1, 2, or 3, or one of the 3 images that will pop up on your screen now. Feel free to pause the video here if you need some time, and once you've made your choice, you can go to the description box below where you'll find the corresponding timestamps to your chosen pile. And you'll also find the link to my website, so if you'd like to book a personal reading with me or to check out any of my other services, that's where you'll find all the information. So let's get into your reading now. Click the timestamp and I'll see you there. Hi Group 1. So let's take a look at your person's thoughts the last time they saw you. Okay, so let's read the first message. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of love and life. So I get the sense that there was something indecisive going on here in their mind when they last saw you. Like they were thinking about what it was right, what was wrong, what they should have done, what they should have said. Okay, so I do feel their mind was darting back and forth. Maybe you noticed that within them, maybe in how they were talking to you or their body language. Now, for some of you, it might be that you just saw them like at a distance. Okay, so you may have just crossed paths, seen each other at a distance. For some of you, you may have actually spoken, you may have gone on a date. Obviously, it'll be very different for each of you. Okay, but regardless, it does feel like they were confused about their choices. What should they do? What action should they take? What should they say? And then we have a look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. Okay. And then work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. Okay, so Sagittarius and Scorpio energy, which you or your person may resonate with in terms of their signs, in their sun, moon, or rising, Venus, Mars, or Mercury. Now, this makes sense, the looking at the bigger picture, because again, I feel like this was them being in that place of indecision. Should I say something? Should I say something else? Should I lean in? Should I hug them? Or should I kiss them? Or should I make my feelings more obvious? I don't know. There's something here where they were like assessing the situation. But then there was also a great fear there, okay? I feel like there's a level of intimidation that your person has towards you, okay? Or they feel in your presence. They feel a little bit on the back foot. They feel a bit scared, okay? This might be their own insecurities that rise to the surface when they connect with you or when they see you. But they felt like there's something in them that they felt like they needed to push themselves in a way. They needed to push themselves to say something or to do something. So I'm not sure whether they did. So you will know that. Hopefully you'll know that. Because this is their thoughts. Okay. Hopefully you will know obviously their actions and how they came across to you. But inside themselves, they were definitely feeling quite nervous. They were afraid of what to say, how to respond, how to react. Like I almost get them feeling really hot. Like I'm just getting all of this heat rising up. Like, yeah, you might have seen that they looked quite hot or flushed. They may have actually been running as well with that Sagittarian energy. There could have been like very fast moving energy. So you may have seen each other like whilst one of you was on a run or fast walking. You could have even seen each other whilst traveling. One of you could have been in a car. Okay, that could be like that fast energy that's coming through. Now, it could also be a long distance connection. Okay, so maybe you had a FaceTime call or something, okay, or an on the phone call. Something where there was, definitely distance and separation here. But yeah, it's like, I feel like they were so much thinking about the bigger picture that they were struggling to take that action in the present moment. Again, I just get this real sense of being afraid from them. Okay, then we have heal. Dedicated efforts. So You may have met each other through work, okay? It could be a work connection, okay? It could be a financial connection. Again, it could be one of you was working, the other one wasn't. One of you was exercising, the other one wasn't. I definitely feel like there was a mix of energies, different things that you were doing. But I also get a surprising element here. So I feel like your person may have been surprised to see or speak to you. So it may have just come out of the blue. Like this meeting, this call, this viewing each other, this post on social media. It's like they weren't expecting it. So this may be as well why they were quite nervous, because they may have actually planned what they would say and what they would do if they saw you, but then because it just kind of happened spontaneously, they didn't see it coming, so they didn't know how to react. Okay, and that was their sort of instinct to react in this kind of frightened, very private way. I feel like they were definitely keeping their cards very close to their chest. Okay, they weren't giving much away here. Oh my God, serendipity. So there it is. Serendipity is surprising, okay? It's bumping into each other, seeing each other when you didn't think that you would. So yeah, definitely a surprising element. They did feel like it was also fated in a way, that it was meant to be. So they may have chosen a different route to walk down or drive down. Okay, or maybe they clicked on social media when they don't usually. They may have clicked on it for something else, and then they see a post of yours or a story pop up. Okay, or maybe they even like accidentally dialed your number, like they leant on their phone and then it called you. Okay, or vice versa, you may have accidentally called them. I don't know, but there's something here that feels quite spontaneous. It feels very surprising. And then we have TikTok. So this could be connected to the app, of course. Okay, that could be when they last saw you. It may have been the last place you connected. But I don't know. I just feel like it's more about the timing. They keep thinking, or they were thinking about the timing. Again, that the timing was divine, like it was meant to happen. Like they were meant to choose that route, or they were meant to accidentally call you or click on socials or something. It was kind of meant to happen. They were drawn to it because they were meant to see you. Just dropped a card, 1 second. What I'm going to do as well is I just get an idea of what they thought of how you looked physically, because I've done that in previous readings before, and I feel like it helps to really connect the reading. Okay, so we'll look at these first. So we have Shapeshifter, transform and unveil your gifts, and High Priestess, harness mystic power. So, yeah, definitely intimidation. Intimidation is very, very strong here in this reading and in their thoughts, okay? I feel like they couldn't read you. They couldn't read you, how you felt, what you were thinking. So you may have also kept your cards very close to your chest. Okay, so you could be mirroring each other in that way. But because I definitely get a defensiveness. Okay, they couldn't figure you out. Okay, which is why I feel like they were so confused as well, and maybe why they were indecisive about how to act towards you, because they felt so confused. They didn't know how to read you or how you really felt, so they thought, okay, well, it's better to do nothing than to put myself out there and to be rejected. Okay. But yeah, definitely see movement. There's such strong movement coming through in your reading. So I really feel like one of you is on the move. Okay, that may have been connected to a picture if you posted it. Could have been there was movement. Could have been a video, for example. Okay, could have been a bike ride. Could have been, like I said, a car journey, a train journey, a flight. Okay, something where there's definitely movement. Maybe even birds. Bird symbology is coming through here. Tattoos I'm also getting here, okay, which might resonate for some of you. Something about tattoos, if a tattoo is on show, or something connected to makeup. Your eyes is really standing out, or are really standing out to me here. But before I'm just going to pull some more cards now, just to get an idea of how did they think you looked the last time they saw you? What do they think of your appearance? Okay, what do they think of your physical appearance? How did they think you looked when they last saw you? How did they think you looked? How did they think you looked? Okay, so we have Goddess of the Moon. So I'm really drawn in by the hair in this image, hair and arms. Okay, so maybe your arms were on show. Okay, and they may have really liked your arms. Okay, the shape of them. I'm seeing a lovely tan here as well. So maybe you looked quite golden, or the sun may have been shining on you. Okay, it feels like it was a very flattering angle. I mean, I'm sure you're very beautiful or handsome regardless, but in this either photo or this vision that they had when they saw you, yeah, something about you looking, I'm just seeing like fit energy is coming through here, like looking fit, looking toned. Yeah, looking strong is what I'm getting. But then, yeah, I feel like your hair was really standing out. So maybe it was sort of long, flowing, cascading down your shoulders or down your back. Okay, or if it's shorter, it may be, like I said, depending on whether you're asking about a man or a woman, or you're a man or a woman rather. Again, obviously, male and females can both have short or long hair. So, but I just like to cover all bases. But yeah, it just feels like something about your hair flowing, like it was flowing in the wind, or it was just flowing in this very natural, effortless way. Okay, what did they think about the last time they saw you? Okay, so we have yin yang. So the color blue is really standing out to me here as well. So maybe you were wearing blue. It may have been that there was blue scenery behind you, whether it was the sea or the sky, okay, or maybe you were in a blue car, okay, something blue. I mean, we've got yellow and orange there, so there's a contrast. So it may also be that there was a stark contrast, like with yin and yang traditionally is black and white. So you may have been wearing monochrome, or it may be that, yeah, there was a stark contrast between you and the background, or your colors that you were wearing and your skin. Something that seemed, yeah, very contrasting here. So what did they think of your physical appearance the last time that they saw you? Okay, that's interesting because we've now got the sixth chakra, so which is very close to the goddess of the moon. They're both very intuitive. Okay, but in terms of physical appearance, I mean, yeah, we've got that long flowing hair again. We've got the colours blue, we've got the colours purple, indigo, white coming through. So again, these could be colours that you were wearing. But then I'm really drawn in by the wings here in this image. Okay, so I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's pretty unlikely you were wearing wings, but if you're at a festival or something, you may have been, or dressed up in fancy dress. I don't know. But maybe again you might have been the one moving very quickly, okay, or again you were in the car, or you were on a plane, or you were somewhere where you were taking flight, okay, or you might have appeared to them as well that you were trying to escape the situation, or that maybe you said you had to go very quickly. So maybe it was like a very fleeting meeting, okay, it was something that happened very quickly and then gone. But I feel like they were really drawn in by your face, okay? The face is really standing out to me. The upper body is really standing out to me. So it may be that the lower part of your body either wasn't on display so much, or, yeah, it was covered up, or it may just be that they were so mesmerized by your face and specifically your eyes. Okay, eyes and lips is coming through here. So you may have even noticed them looking in that direction, looking at your eyes, then looking down at your lips, then looking back up to your eyes. You may have caught on to that, you may not have. It may have been so quick, like these micro expressions they were making. But yeah, I feel like, yeah, they felt super attracted to your face, to your upper body. Again, shoulders, arms, even the wings can connect to the back, okay? So it's like maybe there's part of your back, your shoulders, all of that area, maybe your décolletage that was on show, okay? Or they may have wanted it to be on show. This might be a person that's really into like upper bodies. That could be like something that they find very attractive, okay? But I do feel they find the whole of you very attractive. But this, on that particular day, that's what they were drawn in by the most, okay? So I'm just going to get one more card on this for your physical appearance. What did they think of how you looked? Okay, interesting. So look, we've got contract. So again, like the only parts that are on display are the arms and the face and neck. Everything else is covered up. But then it's interesting that her eyes in this image are actually covered up. So maybe you were wearing sunglasses. Okay, or maybe they couldn't quite see your eyes if they were facing the sun, for example, or I'm trying to think if you were facing the sun, or they were facing the sun. I don't know. You know, when the sun gets in your eyes, like, yeah, you'd have to be facing the sun for the sun to be in your eyes and vice versa. So either that the sun was in their eyes and they couldn't quite see you, or the sun was in your eyes. You might have been squinting, like not been able to see them properly. I don't know. But again, it's like they were really drawn in by that, by your face, by your eyes. And especially if you were wearing sunglasses or you couldn't quite see your eyes, it's like they were trying really hard to get a glimpse of them. That maybe, yeah, you know, I mentioned about eye makeup or tattoos. So not to say, I mean, I guess eye tattoos, I don't think they're that common. Regardless, there's not a huge amount of people in the world that have them, but could be. For some of you, that might be the case. It's probably more logical that it would be makeup or sunglasses, but you never know. Okay, but yeah, I just feel like, yeah, they were drawn in by that upper part of you. And I'm definitely getting like chest area without getting crude. Okay. I definitely feel like, yeah, the chest area, even though it may have been covered, yeah, they were really drawn in, or trying to get a glimpse, trying to see how the clothes moved against your body and trying to see what the shape of you really looked like. But again, I'm seeing like flowing clothes. So maybe you were wearing something flowing. There's a lot of like these white, like, I don't know what you would call them, like togas or sort of dresses, or this could be white flowing trousers or a skirt, or like I said, a dress or a sort of baggy top, like a hoodie or something. I don't know, but it just feels like the shape wasn't so much on display, but I feel like that was drawing them more to you, okay? Because they wanted to see what you really had going on under there. Okay. So now I'm just going to get their thoughts. Let's get back into their thoughts the last time they saw you. Anything else that you need to know? What were their thoughts the last time they saw you? What were their thoughts the last time they saw you? I left when I saw you with someone. So that may have been as well what made them nervous, okay, if you were with another person when they saw you. Okay, or maybe you parted ways with that person and then you bumped into them. Or maybe they just had an insecurity that you were with somebody else, or that you are with somebody else. So that may be something that caused them a level of pain, or that, again, insecurity, that intimidation. Yeah, something about them either thinking they saw you with somebody, or just having a sense that you were with somebody, or that you are with somebody. Okay, I am not available. Interesting. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just getting the sense that you both were giving off that vibe of not being available. Maybe you were both very busy at that moment, again, because it was spontaneous. So it may be, yeah, that you were both on, like, moving in different directions. You were both very fixated, focused on other things, on, you know, the task at hand or the direction you're going in. So you couldn't give each other as much time as maybe you really wanted to. Yeah. I lost myself for a little while. I'm just going to get one more before I go into that. Their thoughts the last time they saw you. I look for you everywhere. Okay, so that does make sense. Okay, because I feel like even though it was a surprising meet, I feel like they are always looking out for you. They're always looking out for you in their local area if you live close to each other. They're always looking out for you on social media, or they're always looking out for your call or your text, okay? It's like they're always waiting for you. They're always keeping an eye out for you. But then it makes sense with manifestation, because it's when you detach that the manifestation comes to fruition. So it may be that when they actually stopped thinking about you for a minute, when they stopped looking for you, there you were. You just popped up out of nowhere. Okay, so it's like they took their eye off the ball for one moment and you surprised them. Okay, but yeah, they're always keeping an eye out for you. And I do feel not long before they saw you or spoke to you, that they were thinking about you. Oh, I wonder where group 1 is. What's group 1 doing? Okay, they were thinking that, and then you just appeared. So I feel like that's also connected to all of that intuitive energy that was coming through with the third eye. It's like they could sense you even before they saw you. It's like they had a feeling They didn't know they were going to bump into you or speak to you or see you, but they felt it. And I feel like that's what guided them into that position, into that local area, or onto their phone. Okay, something guided them there because they knew you were coming. And I feel like that lost myself for a little while card. I feel like that's them just feeling lost without you. I'm seeing this image of this sad little puppy that like feels lost. It's like it doesn't have its parents, it doesn't have its owner. It's just wondering where everybody is. It's wondering where you are. Like they're definitely giving me a bit of like golden retriever energy, even though they may appear as black cat energy. I'm just getting this very sweet puppy like innocent vibe from them. Okay, and just like they feel lost without you, they really love to connect with you. And I feel like they really missed you in the time that you were apart, when you didn't bump into or see each other. Okay, so this is what I see for you, Group 1. I really do hope that it resonates. If it does, please feel free to share your thoughts with me in the comment section, or you can leave a red heart emoji, anything you wish to share. And liking the video and subscribing to my channel shows your energetic support, so I thank you so much in advance. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, the link to my website is below. I do hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now. Hi, Group 2. So let's take a look at your person's thoughts the last time they saw you. Okay, so the first message: look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Autumn, release the old and rest. Stargazer, set your sights higher. Okay. Their thoughts the last time they saw you. So they may have seen you at night. That may have been the last time. Or I feel like it may have been the time of day where it could be either super early in the morning or either super late at night, or whether it's dusk or dawn, where it's like the sun was starting to fade into the night. I feel like it was a transitional time of day. Okay, or maybe even when the weather was changing. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, there's some sort of transitional phase coming through here. I feel like they were really staring at you though. Okay, I feel like they may have been looking at you from afar. They may have spotted you in the distance, but then they were really hyper focused on you. Okay, I feel like these are their eyes, like piercing, staring at you. So you may have noticed that but then I'm seeing them turn away. So you may have noticed like they were looking at you in your peripheral vision, like you could see them looking at you, and then as soon as you looked in their direction, they looked away. Okay, and you could tell that, you could see that. And you may have been reading into it and thinking, were they looking at me? I'm sure they were looking at me, but then they turned away. Did they catch me? Or did they catch? Yeah, I feel like they were thinking, did they catch me looking at them? Catch me looking at you, Group 2. Okay, step out of your comfort zone. It's time to release negativity. Okay, yeah, again, there's a lot of darkness in these cards, a lot of darkness. We've got these very deep purples coming through. So this may have been getting my words tied up, which I feel like maybe they were feeling a bit tongue-tied when they saw you. But yeah, I just feel like you could have been wearing purple. They may have been wearing purple. There may have been a purple background surrounding. Okay, maybe there was like, yeah, I don't know if you were in an office or in a gym or in a restaurant or just out and about. Maybe there was like a purple street sign, or I don't know, something purple is really standing out here. Okay, but then we've got that Scorpio energy, which is very intense. It's fixed water, so it's fixed emotion. So I do feel like, yeah, they were feeling quite fixed on you. And it's like they didn't want you to know they were looking at you. So this may be like a crush type of situation, okay, where they were thinking, yeah, it's like they're not sure how you feel about them. I do get a bit of that ambiguity here, that they're trying to hide their feelings for you. Okay, so whether they saw you in person, whether it was a post on social media, for some of you, this might have been somebody you've spoken to recently. rather than see. But I know this reading is more about what they thought the last time they saw you. But again, seeing can come through different avenues. Okay. But yeah, I really just feel like they talk down on themselves quite a lot. And maybe they were saying, don't be ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous. They don't like you, or they're not interested, or, stop staring at them. It's like, I feel like they were having these conversations in their mind about you, saying, don't do this, do this. Okay. Or like, I can't take my eyes off of you. But then they also may have felt embarrassed about that in some way. But they also feel like something about this was fated, okay? Because we've got the North Node of Destiny. So they feel like it was fated when you last saw each other. Excuse me. Or it was the first time they saw you in a while, or that, I don't know. Something feels like they were pulled. You were pulled together like magnets in that moment. Sorry, my throat's really going. Let me just have a sip of my coffee. Heart chakra. Wow. You activated their heart chakra the last time that they saw you or interacted with you. And then we have trust, which is the Fool in reverse. Yeah, so again, I feel like this person was afraid of looking foolish in your eyes, okay? Again, it's like that embarrassment. They were afraid of doing something that would put you off them, because this person loves you, okay? Group 2, this person really loves you. You activate their heart. You make them feel those butterflies inside themselves. Sorry, I really should cough. I don't know why my throat, it's just suddenly gone crazy in this pile. I'm surprised the throat chakra card hasn't come out, to be honest. Because, yeah, so I don't know. God, don't know what's going on here. But yeah, it's like if they didn't speak to you, they wanted to speak to you, okay? Or if they did speak to you, they're maybe embarrassed about what they said, or they wish they'd said something different, okay? Or, yeah, they couldn't get their words out. So if they didn't speak to you, it's not because they didn't want to, it's because they felt very nervous, they felt very shy. And again, it's like they were talking quite negatively to themselves, like thinking, why would they be interested in me? Or, it's all in my head. Like they can't feel the same way, or I don't know. It's like they were talking all of these very pessimistic thoughts to themselves. And this is probably manifesting in the way that they were acting towards you as well. So they may have had like quite a stoic look on their face where they weren't really acting like they cared, but definitely inside they were caring, okay, because they do care, they love you, okay, or they've got very, very strong feelings for you. Okay, I feel like they see you as a really sweet, generous person, okay? Like you have this very sweet, bubbly energy about you, but also this mysterious aura around you. So it's like, again, they can't quite work you out, but it's like they sense that you like them, but maybe that you don't like them as much as they like you. Okay, so there's disparity there in what they think you feel for them. Well, certainly the last time they saw you. Okay, but I feel like, yeah, they didn't want to look foolish in your eyes. They didn't want to come across as being silly in some way, or being stupid, or even being young. There may be an age difference between the two of you. So it's like they may not have wanted to come across as immature. Fork in the road and to the sea. I only read this deck in the upright position. That's why I flipped this card around. But yeah, they were definitely deep in their feels, okay? Because even Scorpio, and we've got this to the sea, it's very watery, which is connected to emotion. So they definitely were feeling a lot of emotion when they saw you, okay? They couldn't control it within themselves, okay? So again, it may have been manifesting in these kind of strange ways, whether they were completely dead silent with you, whether they tried to look away from you, whether they fumbled their words, okay? They didn't know how to control what they were really feeling inside, okay? And yeah, again, it's like I see them turning away, but it's like, I just keep seeing them. Yeah, there's a lot about profile. Okay, so maybe they also saw the profile of your face. It's like you in the position where you saw them. Like maybe, yeah, you were facing like, is it perpendicular? I don't know if that's the right angle. Could be, but it's like you were facing like, I feel like you were looking to the right, like their right. You were looking this way, and they were looking straight on towards you. And then you may have sort of, again, out of your peripheral, you could catch them looking at you, and then you look back, and then they would look away. And that's how you can tell somebody's crushing on you, okay? When you catch them looking at you, and then when you look at them, they look away. That's a definite sign that someone's crushing, for sure, especially if it happens more than once. Now, again, they felt like there was an obstacle, though. They felt there was something in between you. There was something in the way. So it may have been that there was another person that was blocking them. You could have been talking to somebody else. You could have been working on something. You could have been very busy. Okay, definitely seeing a lot of busy energy. So that may have been what they felt was blocking them. Okay, but it could have also been their heart in a way, because they have such strong feelings. And you know, it's like if you have a crush and it's developed into something really strong, it's like you don't act like yourself in the same way around this person, because it's like if you think about a pendulum and it swings all the way to the right, swings all the way to the left, and it's like if you have a crush and it's swung all the way over here, like your interest is so high over here all the way on the right, but then you don't want to act like you're all the way over here crushing on this person, so you try to swing it back to act like, you know, you're uninterested or you're not that crushing that hard. But instead of coming to the neutral place of just being like meh, like kind of in the middle, you swing all the way over to the left and act aloof, act uninterested, maybe even act like you don't care or that you don't even like them. Okay, like not even looking at them at all. So it's like your person was in this sort of pendulum swinging motion where they were trying to find that place of neutrality, but I feel like they may have swung a little bit too far over here and acted like they don't care, but really they do. It's because they care so much that I feel like they were trying to act like they didn't care. Okay, because again, this person is afraid of embarrassment, they're afraid of rejection. That's where their deepest fear lies, I feel. Like they don't want this connection to be soured. They don't want it to go into a very negative place. So they're trying their absolute best to keep it at base camp, okay? They don't want it to get to a place where they could end up being vulnerable and in turn being hurt, okay? So, and as it says, my love for you is as deep as the ocean. So, which makes sense as well with Scorpio because it's very deep, watery energy, deep and transformative. So they do have very, very deep feelings for you. Okay, so I just want to get an idea of what they thought you looked like, because I've done this in previous How Did They See You readings and had a lot of positive responses, and I think it can help you to identify it's your pile. Usually I do that at the very beginning, but I've not done it this way today. So anyway, let's just see. What did they think of how you physically looked when they saw you last? What did they think? And again, this could be whether you saw them in person, whether you saw a photo, or whether they saw a recent photo of you. Okay, for some of you, it might be the last time you spoke to each other, but like I said, predominantly this is how they see you. But like you could have spoke to each other on the phone, but then like say you're talking on WhatsApp call or something and you have your profile picture there. So it could be something along those lines as well. But let's see, what do they think of the way that you looked the last time they saw you? What do they think of the way you looked the last time they saw you? Okay, so we have woman holding a heart. Woman holding a heart. In reverse, what did they think of how you looked the last time they saw you? Cornucopia. Wow, okay. What did they think of how you looked the last time they saw you? Indecision. Okay, I'm just going to get one more. Door to personal healing and happiness. Okay, so the first energy I'm getting here is like gold. I'm seeing gold coming through here very prominently. So you may have been wearing gold jewelry, or you might have been wearing yellow, okay, or like something very bright I'm seeing here. So it could even be bright orange. We've got red here as well, pink. So yeah, something in the sort of warm color range I'm seeing here. So yeah, this could be something you were wearing. It could be like your skin tone. Maybe you've just got a really lovely tan. Okay, and your skin is looking very like golden, shining, very glowing energy. So maybe you were wearing some nice highlighter, or maybe you were a little bit sweaty in some way. Maybe you were feeling quite hot and flushed. Okay, so that was also showing in your skin tone. Now, it could also be that the sun was shining down on you, okay, like either in your photo or in, you know, real life. If they saw you then, it's like the sun was just like shining down upon you, like they could see the rays coming down and enveloping you, illuminating you, like you were really illuminated. So this could have also been your aura, okay? They were picking up on this very bright, powerful aura, like this. It's definitely giving me a yellow. You were giving off a yellow aura, okay, that day. okay, or within that photo, that post. I'm definitely seeing it's very friendly, it's very sweet. Again, it's bubbly, it's outgoing, it's happy, it's positive, which is quite a contrast from what they were feeling inside, because again, they were feeling a lot of depth, a lot of darkness. Like their aura seemed much darker, like, and not in a bad way. Dark isn't bad, as well as light isn't necessarily good. It's just, that's the contrast here, that they were feeling, they were more in their sort of private, mysterious, unsure aura, whereas you were definitely more sort of bright and shining in that way. And like you were more magnetic. Maybe lots of people were drawn to you again, and that's something that they were noticing, and maybe something that was making them nervous. Okay. Now, you could have been walking through a doorway as well. We've got a doorway here. Or you could have been sat by a window, which makes sense. We've got the rainbow coming through here. Again, all those rays of light. So could have also been outside, could have been a very sunny day. Okay, but definitely I feel for some of you, maybe you were walking through a doorway, or you were walking close by a window, or there was some sort of, you were situated near this light source. Okay, could have been a artificial light for some of you, could have been a bright lamp or something, or overhead lights. Okay, but you were definitely in this illuminated place, which you may not have even noticed at the time, but it's like from their perspective, because then you won't necessarily notice the light if you're in it. It's the people outside of you that can see that. So yeah, I feel like they were definitely noticing that bright light all around you. Okay, now cornucopia, I mean, it's like you had everything going for you. They were so drawn in by everything, your aura, how you looked, how you were dressed, how you were styled, the background, like everything was like ticking all of their boxes. You just looked absolutely stunning to them. You looked so beautiful, you looked so handsome. They couldn't get enough of you, hence why they could not stop staring at you. Okay, they may have even tried to hide the way that they were staring at you at times. Again, obviously I've said before they would kept looking away, but maybe they tried to position themselves in a way where they could look at you, but without it seeming like they were looking at you. Okay, but this could also be like through social media, for example, like being behind the screen, but then staring at you. Okay, I feel like this type of person, or your person here, is the type of person that's going to screenshot your photo and like look at it all the time, or save it as their screensaver, or whenever someone else isn't around, it's like they will stare at that photo of you. Okay, so yeah, they're definitely a starer. Okay, they really do. They love looking at you, and it's not just about your physical appearance, it's your overall energy that they really feel and that they're drawn to about you. And with this, yeah, let's see, in this indecision, the woman holding a heart, I feel like, yeah, they saw that you weren't giving them much. You weren't giving them much openness. Like you were still in your kind of sweet, bubbly place, but you weren't giving them much feeling, much emotion. Like I don't feel like they could read you in that way. They were struggling to read you. But they did feel, it's weird because I feel like they were indecisive. They felt like you liked them, but they weren't totally sure. They weren't sure about the signals you were giving off at all. But yeah, I definitely see, I mean, I just noticed here as well, she's got those bright rosy cheeks. Okay, so again, something that's bright and red. I'm definitely seeing, yeah, I mean, it was similar in a slight way in group one's reading, where they were really drawn to your upper half of your body. Okay, because it seems like this area is more on show in some way. So maybe you were wearing something strapless, maybe your shoulders were on display. Okay, or maybe they could predominantly see more of your face. You could have been sat at a desk, for example, and they could only really see the upper half of your body. Okay, or maybe you were wearing something more loosely fitted on the bottom, like maybe it was, yeah, a long flowing skirt or trousers. Okay, or again, it wasn't visible. I'm just going to get one more on this physical descriptor. What do they think about how you looked physically? For some of you, maybe you were wrapped in a blanket. Okay, I don't know. You could have had a blanket or a coat. Okay, or something that was trying to keep you warm. Interesting. Again, like we've got this exposed upper body. I mean, here we have got a bit of legs coming out here, so maybe they did see a bit of your legs. But yeah, I just get this kind of defensiveness here. So I don't know, maybe you did feel a bit defensive. Maybe you did feel a bit shy, but something about, I just keep seeing you not looking in their direction. You not really giving them that much. That's what keeps coming through here. I mean, he's got tattoos, so I don't know if you have a tattoo that was on show or visible. That could have been something that they noticed. But again, this could be jewelry as well. Okay, something about your accessories. Okay, I feel like we're standing out to them. Something that you have accessorized yourself with. So, you can see tattoo as like a body art type of accessory. Okay, obviously jewelry is an accessory. Bags are accessories. So maybe, yeah, something maybe you were holding. Yeah, you might. Interesting. Look, both of these, they're holding something. So yeah, you could have been holding a bag. You could have been holding a pen. You could have been holding a phone. What else could you have been holding? You could have been holding many different things, but it feels like you were holding something. For some of you, maybe even a child. You might have been holding a child. Okay, whether it's your child or someone else's, I don't know, but it's like you were definitely holding something. Or they thought like you were busy, like your hands were busy with something. But you were also in this kind of skewed way, like your body was contorted in like this position, which I also found they thought was really interesting. Like they were noticing, like, because they say that even with models when they're on photo shoots, like the way that they ask them to pose is to kind of contort their body a little bit. So like say turn their heads to the right, but then, turn their waist to the left. Okay, trying to create like shapes within the body and the way that the clothes will flow in those different positions. And the ways that can be most flattering. So I don't feel like you were doing any of this on purpose, but the fact that I even just said model on a photo shoot, I feel like they thought you looked like a model. Okay, like you have that model-esque look to you. Okay, maybe you look like a traditional model, either in your face or maybe your body. You could be very tall, very lean, or very petite, or obviously models come in all shapes and sizes these days, but the traditional models, especially of the 90s, were very sort of waif-like. So maybe you have that type of body, but like I said, it could be in the more present day. There's obviously many types of body shapes, okay, and sizes. So yeah, take that how you will, but regardless, they saw you definitely looking like you're picture perfect in a way. Just the way that you were positioned just looked like if they could have taken a photo of you in that moment without looking creepy, they would have done, okay? Because again, this person is super into you, super into you. Okay, so let's take a look at some message cards here as well. So their thoughts the last time they saw you, group 2. Their thoughts the last time they saw you. You were the best thing in my life. So that doesn't surprise me. Okay, because, and I'll take that one as well, just flew out. I lost myself for a little while. Because you really light them up. You light up their day. When they see you, they smile. And maybe they smile on the inside. Again, they might be very stoic on the outside, but they really feel illuminated. They feel happy. Just like when you see somebody that you love and you just feel that warmth within. And that's the energy that I get here. Okay, I bury myself in work to forget you. Wow. I left when I saw you with someone. Okay, and one more card, please. Their thoughts the last time they saw you. Just being near you is intoxicating. So, yeah, that makes total sense. They do feel intoxicated, like they feel drunk or they feel high around you. Wow. And you may have struggled to see. For some of you may have picked up on this. Okay, you might not have been able to put your finger on exactly what it is they were thinking or feeling, hence why maybe you're here, but you could feel that energy. You may feel intoxicated around them as well, but looking into what they were thinking, they felt drunk. They felt high on life being around you. They feel kind of addicted to you is what I'm getting. It's like you are their fix in a way. But here it's like they go through the motions. They bury themselves in work to forget you because I think they do feel quite addicted and maybe obsessed with you at times. And so they can feel at points it could be detrimental to them. So they feel like they have to put other things on the back burner or have to put their feelings for you on the back burner whilst they focus on practical things. But it doesn't really work, okay, is what I'm getting. Like even they might be focused on something practical, their mind still wanders to you, okay? And I feel like this is them feeling lost without you. That's the energy that I get from that. It's like they feel lost when they're not around you. And maybe you didn't see them for a while, before this particular meeting. Okay, and now they feel more complete just being in your presence, being able to see you, being able to touch you, potentially for some of you, being able to speak to you, just being able to look at your pictures. But then I left when I saw you with somebody. So yeah, like I said, you may have been talking with somebody. This might be very literal because maybe they saw you and you were both alone, and then somebody else came to talk to you and then they walked away. So that could have been how it played out. Okay, or it could just be a sense that they were feeling, okay, that they feel like you were dating or speaking to somebody else and not giving them your attention. And so they then decided to detach in that moment from you, but they haven't really been able to detach when they saw you. But I also get the sense since they've seen you. I know we're not looking into that or their recent feelings. I've got lots of readings on their recent feelings or thoughts if you want to scroll down and to take a look into those. But that's just like a sense I get, a gut feeling that they still long for you. They still feel that obsession with you. I guess it's something that can't just die out. It's not something you can click your fingers and it just be over. It's going to take time. Okay, but yeah, this is what they were thinking the last time they saw you, group 2. So I really do hope it resonates with you. If it does, comment any yellow emoji of your choice or anything else you wish to share. I would love to know your thoughts on this and if it resonated. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, the link to my website is below. I do hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now. Hi, group 3. So let's take a look at what your person thought the last time they saw you. Okay, so we've got transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. Okay. So what I'm also going to do as well in a few moments or a few minutes, once I've pulled out all these cards, I'm going to look at what they thought about you physically. So how they thought you looked physically. So it is going to be like their thoughts just overall about you, but also about, what they thought of you, your physical appearance. It might help you to identify that this is the right reading for you as well. So I usually do this at the beginning, but I feel drawn to do this after I pulled these cards first. Okay, so stick around and you will find out. So we have your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn, and then your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. Okay, so again, this could be somebody that you've seen in person or they saw you in person. It could be over the phone, through FaceTime chat or through social media. So this could be a work connection, okay, because both of these energies are Earth, or one of you could be Taurus, one of you could be Capricorn energy. Okay, but yeah, it's like there's a lot of Earth, a lot of something connected to money here, something connected to practicality here. But I'm also getting a bit of stubbornness. Okay, so I don't know if your person is quite a stubborn person, but whether you're very stubborn, I don't know. I need more information. Okay, so we've got the solar plexus. Ooh, but then we've got the third eye. Interesting, because that's reversed and this one is upright. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like your person was seeing you as very confident. Like you were standing strong in your own confidence. You were standing strong in your own personal power. Okay, and I feel like that may be a little bit intimidating to them. Not totally, because I do feel this person, your person, is very confident as well. But I sense that they are not that intuitive, either as a whole or right now. Okay, they may not believe in spirituality. They may not believe in intuition and seeing signs. Okay, or they may have been ignoring signs about you. Okay, but it's like they weren't, listening to their gut instincts. They weren't listening to their intuition. Like they may have been receiving signs, but they were ignoring them. Okay, but it may also be that they were very confused in their own mind, because sometimes like overthinking and confusion can block the third eye chakra rather, which is the sixth chakra. Okay, so yeah, it could be that that's what was going on. They may have also had a bit of a migraine or a headache, which may have also been causing a bit of a block here. But yeah, it's like you were definitely coming across as very vibrant in some way, very powerful. You definitely give off this very powerful aura. So maybe you're somebody in leadership, okay? You might be their boss. You might just act like their boss in some way, okay? Especially if you work together, or you might be on equal playing fields, but something about you has this edge. It feels like they see you as having this edge to you, okay? But also that you're somebody that is really yourself, like you were coming across as yourself, like you weren't trying to be somebody else or trying to like diminish your shine in any way, because some people may feel like if they are too vibrant, too bold, that it can eclipse other people. But I just don't feel like you were thinking about that at the time. It feels like you could really be yourself around this person, okay? So yeah, it's like they were noticing that you are coming across as very unique. Okay, like you don't give off the same energy or aura as everybody else around you. Okay, so like I said, you were definitely standing out from a crowd if they saw you in a crowd of people, or if there were a lot of people at work, or whatever this location was where they saw you, or whether it's social media. It's like you stand out, your picture, how you look, how you act, your energy, the way you come across stands out to them. Okay, because again, it's like you're not afraid to be yourself. You're not afraid to stand up for yourself. You're not afraid to say what's really on your mind. Okay, then we have come to the edge and new life. Okay. I definitely feel like they had some sort of awakening with you the last time they saw you. Okay. I feel like they were awakening more to how they felt. I feel like they're very physically attracted. I'm definitely getting this physical pull here. Like they just want to be close to you. They want to touch you. They want to be intimate with you. They want something grounded. They may even be thinking about something in terms of commitment. They could see you as their future wife or their future husband. Okay, if this is a work connection, it may even be like, you're my work husband or you're my work wife. Okay, something along those lines. It's like they think about commitment and something solid, but again, something very physical in nature. Now, I feel like they're maybe a little bit emotionally detached, but I feel like you might also be as well. I feel like maybe both of you have slight avoidant tendencies. Like you may be afraid to sort of get vulnerable or get into something quite deeply, but it's like you're both interested. Okay, and I feel like you felt that physical pull to them just as much as they did to you. You were feeling like you wanted to be close to them. You were feeling like you needed just, I don't know, like a magnet. You just felt drawn to them. You just felt like you needed to be in the vicinity, as close to them as possible. But at the same time, I feel like you were acting like you weren't that bothered or weren't that interested, even though you felt that pull. You may have been looking in a different direction. You may have been acting more stoically in front of them. Okay. And it's like your person could see this kind of push-pull, and maybe they felt like these were mixed messages. That, like, why is group 3 acting in one way that they're interested, but in another way like they're not? Like, what's going on? Okay, so I definitely feel like you confused them in that way, for sure. Okay, so we've got be brave and honest, and then guardian angel, you are not alone. Yeah. So maybe you were very brave and honest with them about something. You may have shared something personal, a personal experience, a personal detail about yourself. But being brave is like, it's the energy of feeling afraid to do something, but doing it anyway. Like having that energy of courage. It's giving me strong Leo vibes here. So yeah, there may have been something that you said to them that maybe you were afraid to say, but you said it anyway. Okay, and they're acknowledging that. Okay, or maybe they felt like there was something that you wanted to say, but you didn't quite get to it. And not because you were too afraid, but because maybe you didn't know how to put it into words, or maybe it wasn't the right timing. Okay, something about timing I feel like is coming through here. Okay, but I also see something about looking down. Like, again, you keep looking away or you were looking down. You weren't making eye contact with them directly. That's something that I'm getting here. You weren't looking at each other directly, but I feel like they were looking at you. Okay, because I almost see this bull here. I feel like they were sort of looking off in your direction. But then you might have turned away from them. You may not have been giving them that energy. But you're obviously interested in some way, otherwise you wouldn't be here watching this reading. So because you're interested in them, you want to know what they were thinking the last time they saw you. But I feel like maybe I feel like they received signs about you, but again, they were trying to ignore it. But I almost feel like they couldn't ignore it. You triggered something in them that time, okay? That day they saw you, okay? Or that post that you created, something you've triggered, okay, that's made them realize how they feel about you. It's made them realize that they feel much more strongly about you than they first anticipated, okay? So yeah, they're definitely super focused on you. Again, Taurus is fixed earth. So It is one of the most stubborn and also fixed signs of the zodiac. Okay, when Taurus wants something, it wants it, it goes after it, it loves it. It's also ruled by Venus, the planet of love and relationships and all of our life's pleasures. So yeah, I feel they feel that pleasure when they're around you, and they want to feel more of that. Okay, but then it's like there's a protection coming through here. Something that, I don't know, if they didn't speak to you or if they held back in some way, it's like, I feel like there was some kind of spiritual protection holding them back, because it may not have gone to plan if they had opened up to you, or if they had asked you out, or if they had done something differently that day. It's like, yeah, I just feel like it wouldn't have gone the way that would have been for either of your highest goods. So it's like something held them back here, something spiritual, which again, I don't feel like they realized that that was the case. That's what was happening. It may have just been some other obstacle that they blamed that got in the way, or, you know, that they didn't feel like they were ready to say something to you. But I really feel like something about their voice, they wanted to say something. It's like it was bubbling up on their tongue, like they were ready to say it, but something came between the two of you. So maybe somebody else stepped in and caused a block, okay? Or you were called away for something, or they were called away for something. Something stopped it, okay? And it was a level of spiritual protection here, okay? So, yeah, but they still had an awakening regardless. They still felt like some new information came to light. They realized more and more how attracted they are to you, group 3, okay? So let's just take a look at what they thought of how you looked physically. So your physical appearance, what they thought about how you looked physically that last time they saw you. So what did they think you looked like physically the last time they saw you? Okay, so daughter romance. Caring connections. Wow, okay. Yin yang. Envy. Ooh, envy in reverse. Interesting. I don't know. I feel like this is a bit of a bonus message. I feel like there was somebody else that was envious of your connection. That's really interesting. So there may be like a third party that was around, or that could sense that there's chemistry between the two of you, and they felt a little jealous. Okay, I'm definitely getting a jealous vibe. Or it could even be like somebody that either of you are connected to. If you're in a relationship with somebody else or dating somebody else, they may have just sensed it. Okay, I just feel like there's, yeah, this third party that seems jealous, okay, of your chemistry. Wow, wasn't expecting to see that, but that's just, yeah, a bonus message. But what they thought you looked like physically, I mean, they really think that you are incredibly beautiful or incredibly handsome. They think that, like, I don't know, these two people look so conventionally attractive. So I feel like they see you as somebody that does look very conventionally attractive. But I also feel like your faces kind of blend together. Like maybe you've got very similar facial features or very similar hair color. Like you both may have brown hair, or you both may have blonde hair or black hair. You both may have sort of tan skin, or both very dark skin or very light skin. Yeah, something about everything just seems to blend together. You may have also been mirroring each other in what you were wearing, okay? You may have both been wearing white, or both been wearing red, okay? Or some other color that seems to stand out. Or like, say you were wearing like navy blue on the top and black on the bottom. Like they could have been wearing navy blue on the bottom and black on the top. I don't know. I'm just seeing like this, like with the yin yang energy here, like you were both kind of mirroring each other in what you were wearing or how your hair was looking. It's just, yeah, you're very, very similar in that way. Okay, you definitely got loads of similarities there. Now we've got very warm colors. Okay, we've got strong white. We've also got black. So these could be colors you're wearing. But again, red is also a very prominent color here. So you could have been wearing the color red. They could have been wearing red. Okay, it could have been a red. We've got lots of red and gold here as well. It could be red and gold background. Maybe it was around the holiday season, around Christmas time. Okay, that could have been the last time you saw each other for some of you. Now, what else do I see here? So they could have been, obviously, depending on which one you are, they were either directly in front. So yeah, you were either directly in front of them or they were right behind you at one point when they saw you. Something about this, it's like See how he's like wrapped his arms around her. He's looking at her from behind, and she's sort of being embraced. She's enjoying it. She's got these flowers here that most likely he's given to her. So it may be that they gave you a gift, okay, or they gave you something to hold, and like you were admiring it or something. Like I said, it doesn't have to be flowers. It could have been something very simple as well. Could have been like a number on a piece of paper. Could have been a pen. Could have been, I don't know, could have been a phone as well. Like you could have been looking down at your phone and they were like looking at you as you were looking down, because they may have thought, okay, she's not, or he's not looking at me, so this is my opportunity to look at them. So that's where they may have chosen that opportunity to really stare at you. And I feel like this person is very detail orientated as well. Like they're somebody that really fixes on the details. So like they were really looking at whatever they could see about you. They were picking it out. Like if there was a photo of you, they were zooming in, expanding it, and looking at every single part of you. Like, I feel like if they could see your whole body, they were looking at every single part of your body without seeming too creepy. But yeah, they were trying to get a really good look at you, okay? And working out, like, I don't feel like they had to work it out, but they were just like, why is every part of you perfect? Like, that's how your person sees you in the physical. They see you as perfect, and that you are the yin to their yang, or the yang to their yin. Okay, definitely this mirroring vibe. So you may also be very similar in height, or again, maybe in your just physical stature, or you have very like the same eye color or something. You definitely have some similarities. And they do say that as well in psychology, that you can oftentimes be attracted to people that look similar to you, because it takes us back to the caveman days, because it was safe to fall in love with people within the same tribe, because if you fell in love with somebody outside of the tribe, it could cause wars and cause all sorts of issues. So it's something that's still innately within us to feel drawn to people that can look similar to us. Not always, of course. There is the phrase opposites attract, and that can also be the case. It may be the case for some of you as well. But they also say as well that the longer you spend with somebody in a relationship, you can actually end up looking like each other. You can kind of morph into each other a little bit as well. So it may be that as you've gotten to know each other as well, like you intuitively start wearing the same colors on the same day. Like especially if you see this person regularly, you may notice that you oftentimes will wear the same thing or the same color, or you will end up in the same place. Say this is a work connection. You both end up at the water cooler at the same time, even if you're, say, in different parts of the office and you don't see each other doing that. Okay, it's like you bump into each other on the street or wherever it may be. It's like you're just drawn to each other in that way, in that very magnetic sense. Okay, it's just like you can't help it. Wherever each of you are, you just like come together. Okay, so let's get some message cards as well here. I'm also drawn in, I don't know why, but it looks like a watch here. I don't think I think it's the bottom of the bouquet, but for some reason it looked like a watch. I'm seeing like a square-faced watch. So you could have been wearing a watch. They could have been wearing a watch. I don't know. I'm sure it's not very exciting detail. It's just something I felt I had to say. Maybe this was as well more connected to timing, like you didn't feel like you had enough time together, or that's what they were thinking. They wish they had more time with you the last time they saw you. Okay, especially if the meeting was cut short in some form. So what were their thoughts the last time they saw you? We both know I am not the one for you. I'm starting to understand our connection. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I do feel this person is confident, so I don't feel like it's an insecurity within them. But I do feel that they do wonder whether they would be right for you or not. Okay, because again, they see you as such this shining light. They don't know, maybe you would eclipse them. And again, not because they're insecure, but in the sense of, could this be balanced? Could you have this equal give and take? I don't know. Or maybe if there is some sort of hierarchical issue, like if, you know, with a power struggle, if you are their boss or something, okay, it could be connected to that. But they definitely go back and forth about it. Or maybe if you're in another relationship, okay, or if they're in a relationship, it could be connected to that. But yeah, this makes sense. I'm starting to understand our connection. New life. Like I said, they had an awakening the last time they saw you. Like you awakened more feelings within them. You awakened them to start realizing the potential of this connection. So maybe this is something that they managed to bypass. Maybe they were thinking, I'm not sure if we're right for each other. But then after seeing you the last time, they're thinking, actually, maybe you are. Like maybe we are meant to be together. Because here, so many things remind me of you. So this might have been something that they said to you, okay? And they said, oh, I saw something, it made me think of you, okay? Or this was certainly something that they were thinking of saying if they didn't say it outwardly, okay? Like when you're not together, they're always thinking about you. It's like distance, as we know, makes the heart grow fonder, okay? In certain amounts. Obviously, too much distance can have the opposite effect. But I feel like in this respect, there has been a bit of distance. It may be a bit hot and cold or intermittent, okay? And when they're not with you, they're always thinking of you. You always pop into their minds. They're always reminded of you. The timing just wasn't right for us. So yeah, again, something about that last meeting, that last time they saw you, they felt like, yeah, something was cut short or it wasn't enough. Like they wanted more time with you, or they wanted it to be different. So again, may have been too many people around, okay, or to other obstacles that were coming between you where they felt like, yeah, today is not the day. Even though I finally realized what this connection is, or I'm starting to realize what this connection is, it's still, today is not the day, okay? That's something I hear them saying, today is not the day. So maybe they were thinking of confessing feelings to you, but they thought, no, it's not the day today. It'll happen on another day, but not today. I feel you leaving me behind. So yeah, so maybe you walked away from them. You might have been the one to end the conversation. Again, I'm getting that detached sense from you. So maybe you actually are quite detached from them emotionally, or maybe you are super busy and trying to focus on other things. But it might be that this is just the way that you are acting towards them, or the way that they're reading the situation or reading you. Okay, they feel like, yeah, there's a part of you that is starting to distance yourself or walk away, and they don't want to be left behind. It's really quite sweet in that sense. It's like I almost see this little child, and it's like the mother's turned away and they're like, great, come back. Yeah, that's really quite a sad image that I'm getting. But yeah, it's like they don't want you to leave them behind. But I do also get this understanding. This person does understand if you did leave them behind, they would understand why. So maybe you know why they would think that, depending on, the compatibility or the obstacles in your connection. But they do have a greater understanding for you in that way. But anyway, this is what I see for you, Group 3. I really do hope that it resonates. If it does, I would love to hear your thoughts. So please comment a green emoji or anything else you wish to share. I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me or to check out any of my other services, the link is in the description box below. I do hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now.